After the draw with Spain, Portugal need to regain the rhythm of victory over Switzerland. Ronaldo and his teammates will not drop 3 points against an opponent from the country of clocks. Portugal experienced a difficult match in Spain in the first match. Coach Fernando Santos's men were dominated by the opposition for most of the game, leading until the 82nd minute before substitute Ricardo Horta equalized 1-1. However, Fernando Santos is still satisfied with the players. "We had less possession of the ball and were cornered at home, but we still defended discipline and took advantage of the few opportunities. It is important that the players stay mentally strong after the stressful season." With this draw, Portugal and Spain are behind the Czechs, who beat Switzerland with a score of 2-1. The competition for the first place in Group A2 is therefore full of drama and forces Portugal to win all 3 points against Switzerland tonight. The dense schedule of the UEFA Nations League with 4 matches in just 10 days forced the coaches to rotate thoroughly. In that context, teams with depth and quality like Spain and Portugal will have a big advantage over the Czech Republic and Switzerland. Fernando Santos will put Ronaldo back in the starting lineup after leaving the Mew star on the bench against Spain. Diogo Jota, who was given a break from the previous match because he just attended the Champions League final, will also return to revitalize the attack. In addition, some pillars showing signs of fatigue such as Pepe, Rafael Guerreiro, Bernardo Silva were also rested to make room for Domingos Duarte, Nuno Mendes, Mateus Nunes. Note Nunes, the 23-year-old midfielder who has just had a brilliant season with Sporting Lisbon, 50 games, 4 goals. This technical and creative midfielder is likely to be a new discovery for Portugal in this year's UEFA Nations League. Portugal won the UEFA Nations League in the first season, 2018-19. But last season, they had to stop right at the group stage because they were behind France despite playing quite convincingly with 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Portugal's most important feat is winning tickets to the 2022 World Cup after defeating Turkey and North Macedonia respectively in the playoff series in March. Overall, the performance of European Brazil is quite good, when they won the last 7/10 matches. In contrast, Switzerland played quite unevenly with only 4 victories in the last 11 matches. Despite winning tickets to the 2022 World Cup, coach Murat Yakin's army often faced many difficulties against opponents of the same level as England, losing 1-2 in March 2022, and the latest was a 1-2 defeat on the field of the Czech Republic. This is a match where Switzerland, although holding the ball a lot, 62%, but the attack efficiency is very low and constantly opening the flanks in the opponent's counter-attacks. As a guest on the field of a strong opponent like Portugal, Murat Yakin still has to rely on seasoned veterans with Granit Xhaka, Xherdan Shaqiri, Ricardo Rodriguez. However, most of the Swiss mainstays have had a less than impressive season at typical clubs such as Shaqiri, who almost disappeared at Lyon and had to switch to the Chicago Fire in the second half of the season. The last time they met Switzerland in June 2019, Portugal won 3-1 thanks to Ronaldo's hat-trick in the semi-final of the UEFA Nations League. A similar scenario could completely recur tonight. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos. If you find it interesting, please like, share, follow and comment on requests. Goodbye, see you again.